I made a quick video. I'm trying to make it quick. You know, I be telling, females, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't trying to get in that, you feel? You know, got on game, all day. Either way, so I would think about this all day. Yesterday, because, it's like 1 o'clock my time, 1:30, 1:15, so I ain't gonna try to make a video long. Either way, so it's just, I ain't mad at Jermaine Burton. I'm disappointed, yes. It's like, dog, all this Jermaine, it had words with Miko Hartman, what he said and all that. And it's like, and Jermaine Burton, he gotta end up being a first round pick. Like, I'm talking about, dude gotta be a first round pick. If he be a second round pick, he gonna get criticized a lot. I know he probably don't care either way. He be a second round pick, be in that field. But it's like, you go to Bama and still be a second round pick. If you want to be a Biletnikoff finalist or something, and you transfer to Bama, what Bama do? You from Atlanta, Georgia, which a lot of people be blowing me like, they be like, oh, he from Calabasas, California, and all that. So that's why he not really, he transferred. He not really from. No, he's from Georgia. He was in IMG Academy. When Alabama beat Georgia in the national championship, he was in 10th grade. He was in 10th grade because I was in 11th grade when Alabama beat Georgia in the national championship. So he know how Georgia fans feel. You feel me? He know. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. And he went to an op. And I'm gonna get to this video. Why you still talking about it? It happened. Yes, I ain't, like I said, I ain't mad. Just disappointed. Cause like I said, he gotta be, he gotta be a Biletnikoff finalist. Like top 3. He gotta be. Like he gotta have 1,500 yards, 1,600 yards, 20 touchdowns or something. He gotta be, because if he be a second round pick or he had identical stats, that's what my video is about. Like, I'm gonna say, we ain't surprised. Dude, he transferred like 4 times in high school, So, like, he was in Georgia, then he transferred IMG, then I think he tried to transfer. I may be wrong on this one. He played for Marietta in 9th grade. Then he got offered IMG, went IMG. Then this part I think I'm wrong. I think he tried to transfer back to Pace Academy in Atlanta. I think Pace Academy, I don't know, maybe, Marietta again. I can't remember. Then he went there, he was ruled ineligible to play football. And so he went all the way to Cali. Went 2,000 miles away to California. That's how he got to Calabasas. I guess he was at Calabasas. He first went there. But either way, he's from Atlanta, Georgia. And he know how Georgia fans feel about Alabama. So, and like I say, I was thinking, at first I was like, man, he got Bryce Young throwing the ball. Dude could be, first wide receiver taken maybe, because he's just as talented as Jackson Smith-Njigba and Keyshawn Butte. You feel me? He ain't, like I say, he ain't getting targets, and he in the hard conference than Jackson Smith-Njigba. The Big Ten don't have no good secondaries. They mostly run defense. They mostly produce good run defenses. It ain't no good pass defenses in the Big Ten. So either way, and I'm thinking, I'm like, man, maybe that's a good idea. Good strategy over his mind. But I don't think he actually looked. I don't think he looked at the roster. He didn't actually look at Alabama roster. Maybe he didn't care, because maybe he was told to come to Alabama. We gonna free up some space. Like Javon Baker transferred, and all that. But maybe he was told, Jaleel Billings, to transfer too, and all that. But maybe he was told, we gonna give 3 wide receivers the option to transfer, to bring you in and get your touches. Cause I'm looking at Alabama roster. I've been looking at it. I know I follow this recruiting jump. I'm definitely, the main teams like Ohio State and Alabama, LSU, Florida, Michigan. I ain't gonna say Michigan, but the teams that really we gotta probably play, or that eventually in the playoffs or something, So, man, but I gotta talk about Gunnar Stockton dropped bad. Like Gunnar Stockton went from a 5-star. Then he went to the 60th ranked player, then the 75th ranked player. But ain't even the top 100 player no more and 247, composite. Like, but either way, I'm like, dog, man. People talking about Gunner starting, coming in and starting, but how good is really Gunner starting is? I know he talented, but let's be real here now. I know recruiting rankings ain't everything, but still, like, that's bad. To drop that bad, Either way, back to Jermaine Burton, super villain. So it's like, Bama. I'm looking at Bama, and then I'm like, man, like, bro, it's only one ball, And then I'm expecting Bama defense to be better, like Georgia. I ain't say it's gonna be good as Georgia, but it's closer. Gonna be very good defense. So that means if you got a very good defense, that means, like I said, like Georgia's stats wasn't as good. It looked like on stats. I don't really go by stats. I go by film. Either way, Georgia was getting the ball like it was only had to drive the ball down the field 55 yards after the punt, or 45 yards after the punt. Kerry Jackson get like a 15-yard return, and Georgia, they at the 45. They don't need 45 yards. Then they just run the ball. Get like a 12-yard pass, and next thing a 15-yard run by James Cook, a 12-yard run by Zeus. They total touchdown. So the wide receivers didn't get the ball. You feel me? It just is what it is. So if Bama defense is like that, guess what? The game gonna be over faster. Like that's what Alabama, John Mitchell and Jameson Williams had on them catches, because Bama was struggling. Like, they had to do that versus Texas A&M. They had to do that versus LSU. Arkansas, Bryce Young threw 555 yards. Versus Arkansas, Georgia was up 37-0. Stetson Bennett threw what, 11 passes? Because the game was over. We got a block punt, and I would run it down their throat for like 8 yards to carry. Like, got an interception, strip, sack, fumble. Like, the game was over, 37-0. So, versus Bama, they had to do that versus Florida. They had to struggle for a test in them. They lost. At LSU, Arkansas. They had those games. Ole Miss, they dropped a lot. Tennessee, was giving them that work too. And then they eventually pulled away at the end. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but what if Bama is the opposite? What if Georgia defense struggle because the inside linebackers, struggle, and it takes a while for them to gel together. And Bama, Georgia got to drive the ball 85 yards down the field or 75 yards down the field because they give up more field goals and all that. So, versus Bama, what if they getting the ball at the 45 after the punt? You got to drive 45 and 40 yards down the field after the punt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that defense able with Jordan Battle and Henry Toto and Will Anderson, like, that defense able to be that, like that. Then you got maybe a JoJo Earl return that punt, or Isaiah Bond or somebody. Like, come on. Make it make sense, Jermaine. Like, you looking at the quarterback, which is, Bryce Young, way better than our quarterback we got. Really, the best quarterback in the nation right now. I understand you looking at that quarterback. But you were also looking at Bama roster and Bama team. And now they got Jameer Gibbs. I don't know. Either way, they got Gibbs. He gonna get his 20 touches a game. Like, he's like James Cook. He probably gonna be a second round pick and possibly first round pick, just like James Cook. I ain't saying James Cook will be a first round, but he might shoot up. I'm saying I think James Cook gonna be a second round pick. That's just make it like it. Then you got Trey Sanders. Maybe he plays like the number one running back in the 2019 class. Trey Sanders was like the ranked 7th player in the 2019 class. Yes, 7 ranked player, 7 ranked player out of everybody. The number one running back in 2019 class. Maybe Trey Sanders play like that. He get healthy and all that, and he play like it. So they gonna get their touches. Then you got Jason McKellen. Jason McKellen might be the best running back on the Bama team. I was talking about Kamara Wheaton just in the transfer portal. Well, he ain't on Bama roster no more. So Kamara Wheaton, I think he done. But yeah, Jason McKellen might be the best running back right now on Bama team. Him and Gibbs in a tight race. They just, so that's what I'm saying. So Bryce Young might not throw the ball 45, 50 times a game. Because one, the game might be over faster. So if the game over before the fourth quarter, like Georgia's game was, why throw the ball? I'm personally trying to get Bryce Young hurt and pull a tool. And then you got to put in, your second string quarterback in a season ruined. Which I don't think Saban do that no more. I think he takes Bryce Young out or something. Or just hand the ball off. So that's two factors. Bama defense good, which offense stats go down, defense stats go up. Or are they less passing attempts? Because the running back's good. More running the ball, and instead of throwing the ball 40 to 50 times, it's 30 times a game, 33 times. Like 30, let's say average 33 passes a game. And I ain't even talked about the receivers yet. Like, I'm looking, you got 2020 class, Trayshawn Holden. Like, he's still there. He recruited Jermaine Burton. He was all in Jermaine Burton ear, pause. Somebody coming to Bama. Now he might come to Bama. Now he might transfer. Like, we don't even know Trayshawn Holden. He might go play for Maryland. He got to live, and Jacob Copeland and what's that other dude name? That wide receiver name for Raheem Jarrett. Yeah, he was a 5-star. So maybe he go there. I don't know, but either way, man, that would be good though. So Trayshawn Holden, then you got Ty Jones Bill. Like I said, I'm saying? This, maybe after I make the video, or video upload, maybe like 3 days later, these dudes transfer. Because Javon Baker already gone, Jaleel Benz already said him. Ty Jones Bill, Trayshawn Holden. That's in 2020 class. Then you fast forward 21 class. JoJo Earl, Christian Leary, Jacory Brooks. There's some, how do you say it? JoJo Earl, Christian Leary, Jacory Brooks. Ajayi Hall. That's 2021 class. Fast forward 2022 class. Bama got like 3 dudes who running 4 threes, and they gonna play. Isaiah Bond, Bruford, Georgia. I seen this dude recruiting. He was like the 325th player of this class. Dude is the top 100 player, like a 78th ranked player in his class right now. Dude shot up the board, so that shows how talented he is. And I'm pretty sure they got him as an athlete, but I think Bama recruited him as a wide receiver. Dude running, he a 4'3" dude already, like 5'10" and a half, 4'3" already. Jalen Waddle. Bama signed 3 Jalen Waddle type players in the 2020 class. 22. I can't talk right now. 22 class alone. Not including JoJo Earl and Christian Leary in the 2021 class. Them two. Bama got Kobe Prentice. He 4'3" speed. This 22 class. Kobe Prentice, 2022 class, 4'3" speed. Kendrick Law. He fast. He like 4'4". 4'5" speed already, 5'11". Aaron Anderson, 5'10", 5'11", 4'4", 4'3" speed. Isaiah Bond, 4'3" speed, 5'10" and a half. They got 3 baby Jalen Waddles already, 3 to 4 baby Jalen Waddles already. Then JoJo Earl, that's 5. So, one football, if the defense good, as I expect, means offensive stats go down because the ball getting close to the end zone because the defense doing so good and forces turnovers and pick sixes and script sacks and all that. The running backs is loaded. They got more talent in running back than Georgia. Jason McKellen, Trey Sanders, Jamar Gibbs, Roydell Williams still there. I don't even know if he got over 30 carries in his career at Bama. Dejan Harris got that last season. And he got that this season. So, then you got Manuel Henderson coming in. I think he was, number 1 running back his class in 2022 class. I think, yeah, number 1, because he was a 5-star. Yeah, he's number 1 running back 22 class. So, make it make sense, Jermaine. This video 15 minutes long. I said I'm going to make it that quick. See how I get talking this football. But make it make sense. Tell me, if you see this video, tell me how And if Jermaine Burton get hurt, he might get, hurt his ankle. Because he did it at Georgia. He missed 4 or 5 games. How he gonna get his stats back up unless, he get targeted like 15 times in one game, which might could happen. But I'm expecting him to have, let's say, 45 catches, and 800 yards. No, that's reasonable. I mean, unless, if I'm talking from him, if he get hurt and all that. Maybe if he don't get hurt, maybe he have 55 or 65 catches, for 1,200 yards or something. But make it make sense though, like, because Bama got way more receiving talent than Georgia. And I ain't even mention Amari Nick Black, the tight end. He gonna play tight end, who basically Jaleel Billingsley Jr., except for more talented coming out of high school. From Tampa. A dude, playing, he transferred, and he in the 8A, he was balling out in 8A. 8A, he balling out, So, he a real deal. So, and I think he gonna start over Cameron Latu. He might take eventually, he might not start right away, but eventually around the 5th, 6th game, Martin Nick Black gonna be in the game mode on passing downs and Cameron Latu. So, if he be all SEC freshman first team, which I think he can, him and Oscar Delman are running for it, and Donovan Green from Texas A&M, Jake Johnson, if he all SEC freshman first team, that means he had probably 500 receiving yards and like 25 catches. So, make it make sense. Let me know, like, the season got to be played, and Bama could very well have 5 receivers transfer, 5 wide receivers transfer. Christian Leary, maybe Ajayi Hall, Trayshawn Holden, Ty Jones Bill, whatever. And let's say maybe, I don't know, JoJo Earl or somebody. That's 5, Maybe they transfer, and it frees up for Jermaine Burton, to get those 96 catches like John Mechie, or 78 catches like Jameson Williams, but I don't see it. Like I'm saying, I don't think he get over 60 catches. I mean, definitely, if Bama's good as advertised with their roster, and they play the Bama full strength to their potential that I know they can, he might not even get 50 catches. Like, he might have the same identical stats as he did for Georgia. And if he does, oh man, he ain't gonna never hear the end of it by Georgia fans. Which, I mean, like I said, I don't care. But the media gonna be all on him. Like, you left Georgia for Bama and still have less than 1,000 receiving yards. I mean, unless he go first round, then it's like, okay, he for first round. But if he goes second, third round, like, it's gonna be wild. But yeah, just let me know what y'all think. I mean, I think, he didn't even check. He just looked at the quarterback, which is smart, but he didn't really think about it. He put Eric Gilbert. Eric Gilbert committed LSU because he seen how good offense was at LSU, but he didn't realize that it was Joe Brady and Joe Burrow. Then Joe Brady left to go to the NFL. And then, he didn't work out. Then he went to Florida because of what Kyle Pitts did and what Dan Mullen was selling him. But it was Kyle Trask was the quarterback then, and they was throwing the ball 45, 50 times a game versus Emory Jones. Florida's gonna be a more running team. That what Jermaine Burton doing. He looking at what Bama did last season. And it's like, oh yeah, I want those 96 catches John Mitchell had, and could have been 120 catches if he never get hurt. That's like John Mitchell could have had 120 catches if he never get hurt. It tells ACL this championship. He could have had 120 catches. That's what Jermaine Burton looking at. James Williams, he could have had, if he never takes ACL too in the SEC championship, national championship, he could have had like 90 catches. That's what Jermaine Burton was looking at. Like, man, those dudes had, could have had 120 and 90 catches if they never get hurt. But I just don't see it. Like, Bama got way too many receiving talent, too many mouths to feed with one football, and And now that Bill O'Brien knows who the playmakers is now and knows what the players could do, I think he's going to run the football more. It's not going to be. And like I said, Bama defense that good. The game should be over faster. The game over faster. That means, like I say, why throw the ball 20 times or more? Why make Bryce Young throw 50 passes if the game already over? He gonna stay around 33 mark. That's what I'm thinking. And it's just make sense, Jermaine. Like I said, unless Jermaine, unless out of those 33 passes, you catch 15 of them. I mean, you may be right, but I just don't see it. Like, y'all let me know. Maybe I'm just, you can say I'm a salty Georgia fan. You can call me that. And just don't want to see him at Bama, but I just gave you good facts. 21 minutes of straight facts. Like, all these weapons Bama got. I'm looking at the recruiting class. Top 100 player, top 100, player after top 100 player that play wide receiver for Bama. I'm looking at their scout report. 4.3, 4.4 speed, track stars, all that. So tell me how. With one football, you're going to get 1,500 yards and 75 plus catches like the other receivers did at Bama. Like, make it make sense. But, I'm out, man. I'll make another video soon. Oh, yeah, Kiara Jackson came back. I'm going to make another video about Georgia. But Kiara Jackson came back to Georgia. He could very well have Kadarius Toney type, yeah. I ain't saying he gonna go first round like Kadarius Toney, but he could be fun to watch like Kadarius Toney was. But I'll make a video about him on Georgia offense. But either way, I'm out, man. Y'all stay blessed.